welcome everyone.
Welcome to RoboSapien podcast. And today, what we are gonna do, Abbas?
We are going to discuss why Elon Musk pushed the human testing so vigorously.
Yeah. So, if someone don't know about what we're talking about, this is about the Neuralink. It's a company which is working on a chip which will be implanted in the brain of any human being or any living being,
Hmm.
so that they can control their thoughts.
Yeah, it's not just about controlling the thoughts, it's about controlling the brainwave pattern.
Hmm.
So, if anybody who is suffering from something, so see, basic is that if somebody is suffering from any brain disease, whether it is Alzheimer, Parkinson's, or anything like that, or if there is a clot or something like that in your brain, what it'll do is it will create brainwave patterns inside your head, and through that you can resolve those issues, or
Right.
you can figure out that these issues are going to happen before the time, before it is even going to become a problem, a significant problem. It is going to tell you that yeah, this is going to happen to you, so get your head checked.
Yeah, so it can tap on our neural signals,
Hmm.
and we cannot know that if there is a problem there,
Hmm.
and we don't know about it until it occurs.
हाँ,
It can warn us before time.
हाँ, तो देख प्रॉब्लम वही है ना कि कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होता है तुम्हें, लेट्स से तुम्हें बुखार हो रहा है तो खांसी जुकाम होगा, तुम्हारा बॉडी टेम्परेचर बढ़ जाएगा, सो यू नो,
Correct.
ठीक है. मोस्ट ऑफ द पार्किंसन पेशेंट डोंट गेट टू नो अबाउट दीज थिंग्स बिफोर इट इज टू लेट.
Yeah, correct.
अभी तुम्हारे ब्रेन में क्लॉट है, तुमको आइडिया नहीं,
Exactly.
हाउ वुड यू गेट टू नो?
जब तक बेहोश नहीं होते तब तक पता नहीं
हाँ,
लगता
बेहोश
कि
होने लगोगे, फिर उसके बाद तुम ऐसे डॉक्टर दिखा के आओगे, डॉक्टर तुम्हें एक बार के लिए शायद गलत दवाई दे दे कि हाँ भाई कमजोरी की वजह से हो सकता है, कुछ इन्फेक्शन हो गया हो किसी वजह से.
hmm,
एंड पीपल डोंट यूजुअली चेक देयर ब्रेन, दे डोंट गेट एमआरआईज एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स डन, especially if you are going to a small clinic. Let's say you are in India, specifically if you are in India, which we are familiar with.
hmm,
If you are going to a clinic, a doctor is not going to ask you to get an MRI because उसके पास MRI की मशीन नहीं है, वो उससे पैसे नहीं बना रहा है.
correct.
वो
And
फोर्स नहीं करेगा आपको.
it's very costly in
Yeah, it's
India.
very costly. Everywhere, if you get an MRI, it's very
It's
costly.
costly.
Okay.
So,
So
mhm.
basically यही है कि अगर आप दिमाग से बीमार हो and you have no idea that something is wrong. Yeah, it sounds so weird, right? दिमाग से बीमार हो.
Yeah, I was
Because
laughing because of that only.
sounds
हाँ,
so cringe.
yeah. हाँ, तो जो ये कंपनी है न्यूरोलिंक, इनका मेन फोकस जो है वो यही है कि दे कैन हेल्प पीपल हु आर ill, and they can detect diseases before time.
Hmm.
It is their main motto, you can say.
Hmm.
And also, I read it somewhere that Elon Musk said that they are creating this Neuralink company
Hmm.
because what they want to achieve is, just imagine what if Stephen Hawking can speak at a speed as normal person.
हाँ, बहुत प्रोसेसिंग टाइम बहुत ज्यादा लगता था
करेक्ट,
ना.
वो प्रोसेस टाइम बहुत
हाँ.
ज्यादा लगता था. तो अगर वो उस ही स्पीड पे बात कर सकते,
Hmm.
स्टीफन हॉकिंस जिस
Hmm.
स्पीड पे नॉर्मल आदमी बात कर रहा है,
Hmm.
इंस्टेड ऑफ अ टाइपिंग मैकेनिज्म स्पीड,
Hmm.
so that would have helped him a lot. And given all his knowledge, it would have helped many people.
Yeah, except for the case that's going on about Stephen Hawking. You know about it?
No, no, I don't know
Don't
about
know
it.
about it? Okay, so फिलहाल एक केस चल रहा है. Don't remember the exact name of the case
Mhm.
that's going on. उसमें था कि they did some child abuse or some sexual harassment on kids or something,
Mhm.
and Stephen Hawking was involved in that. His name came out with a lot of celebrities and lot of politicians and people. His name came out in it, that
Okay.
he was one of the people who were present on that island where the whole incident took place. I don't exactly remember the name, but if viewers are interested, I'll definitely show it in here on the screen. Okay, so उसके अंदर स्टीवन हॉकिंग का नाम आया है allegedly, and अभी तक कुछ प्रूव नहीं हुआ है, but that is something that's going on. So I don't know what he would do if he could speak at a normal human speed.
And
Man,
now nobody could know.
yeah, nobody could know right now. But let's see how it goes. Anyways, the
Coming
point
back to the
is
topic.
Neuralink.
Hmm.
So Neuralink के पीछे बहुत तगड़ी story है that how many problems they have faced so far, and of course some of them are very understandable कि हाँ भाई public सवाल उठाएगी,
Hmm.
obviously सवाल उठाएगी आपके
Obviously.
ऊपर, because you are playing with somebody's brain. It's not
Correct.
like you are doing some stem cell research on in some lab where no one is getting harmed. You have to test it on a regular human being or a animal, और जो कि उन्होंने किया भी है.
एनिमल टेस्टिंग बहुत टाइम से चल रही थी. आई
हम्म,
गेस 2017 2019 से एनिमल टेस्टिंग चल रही थी.
हम्म,
और रिसेंटली जैसे अपन ने स्टार्टिंग में बात करी
हम्म,
कि लेट जनवरी 2024 में फर्स्ट ह्यूमन टेस्टिंग हुई है.
हम्म,
एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द न्यूज इट्स नॉट कंफर्म, बट अकॉर्डिंग टू द न्यूज एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट इलॉन मस्क हैज सेड कि ही इज रिकवरिंग वेरी गुड.
हम्म, राइट. ह्यूमन टेस्टिंग हुई है एंड लोग कह रहे हैं इलॉन मस्क ने काफी पुश कर दिया ह्यूमन टेस्टिंग के लिए.
अच्छा.
इतनी जल्दी नहीं करना चाहिए था. But yeah, I think uh, to be honest, I personally believe that he is a genius. So I'm a bit biased about it. But yeah, if you see the process, the regular process, जिसके through सारी medicines जाती है, सारे electronic instruments जाते हैं before they are implemented on humans, they take decades.
हाँ, करेक्ट, दैट्स करेक्ट.
They take decades. And he
एंड इट
started the company very recently, I think 2016-17 में तो start हुई है company, and they are already doing human testing.
इन मेडिसिन के साइड इफेक्ट्स भी बहुत रहते हैं.
बहुत सारे.
सो वी डोंट नो येट कि इसके क्या साइड इफेक्ट्स रहेंगे. इट्स अ वेरी कंट्रोवर्शियल टॉपिक जिसके प्रोज भी बहुत सारे हैं अगर देखा जाए तो, एंड कॉन्स भी हैं. सो विल टॉक अबाउट देम.
When do you get to know about this Neuralink for the first time?
Neuralink, I was at the first time I was reading it, I read it in a newspaper.
Okay.
कि Elon Musk have stated in his statement that he is launching a company when he launched Neuralink,
अच्छा.
and it will be implanting a chip inside the brain.
Oh.
It went viral at that time. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I also remember that. Man, I heard about it when I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast.
oh.
So I started listening to Joe Rogan after Ranveer Alabadia introduced me to it. So I was listening to Ranveer Alabadia's podcast. He introduced me. On that, I got to know about Joe Rogan, and the first episode I watched was of Elon Musk himself. The one episode where he
Yes,
smoked the blunt,
I know, I know.
right? So he just smoked it once, and now everybody says that he's a chain smoker or something. But yeah, in that episode, he talked about how they are implanting uh, these chips and these rods in human head. So first thing जो जिस पे न्यूरलिंक ने काम किया था, that was a sewing machine. You know,
Okay.
it was not sewing clothes.
Correct.
It was designed specifically so you can implant a rod which is thinner than a needle.
Not a needle. I read about it. So they worked on a machine which can poke inside your head and plant a thread. Okay, they are calling it thread. So they can implant the thread which is even tinier than a single hair. So that was the thing that first of all you are correct that they started working on a sewing machine first.
हाँ, so उन्होंने उस पे काम शुरू किया था, and when it succeeded, they received a funding of 150 million.
करेक्ट.
या अब इसमें मस्त चीज बताओ.
हाँ, मैंने पढ़ी है वो चीज.
कि
हाँ,
दुनिया को पता है 150 मिलियन मिले हैं,
करेक्ट.
पर वो 100 मिलियन इलॉन मस्क ने दिया है.
मैंने भी देखा था ये, एंड आई वाज लाइक मैंने यही सोचा था, मैंने यार 150 मिलियन फंडिंग मिली, ओके दैट्स गुड, बट 100 मिलियन अगर इलॉन मस्क के ही हैं एंड इलॉन मस्क की ही कंपनी है. हाउ डज दिस वर्क?
I don't know. I don't know.
How is it called funding then?
I think it's just you cannot pass a significant amount of money to any company without a specific reason. If you have a specific reason that yes, a lot of investors are investing, and I'm also not just a founder, I'm also investor, so I'm also going to invest in the company,
Right.
right? So that way you can justify the investment.
Correct.
That's what I believe. I'm not sure if that is exactly the reason, because that is something only Elon knows.
Yeah. So this Neuralink company, जब मैं हिस्ट्री पढ़ रहा था इसके बारे में, तो जब ये चालू हुई थी, तो इस कंपनी में इलॉन मस्क के साथ साथ ये 6 to 7 इंजीनियर्स एंड साइंटिस्ट की टीम थी एट फर्स्ट, जिसमें स्पेशलाइज्ड न्यूरो साइंटिस्ट, engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and many more. So, केवल including Elon Musk himself, it was 8-man team. And then they grew. I guess currently it is around 60 to 100. That's the size of this company right now. It's very small company. It's a startup only. If we see it from the insights.
100 people are a lot. 100 people are a lot. ज़्यादातर स्टार्टअप्स के अंदर इवन आज भी जो अच्छे खासे स्टार्टअप्स है उनके अंदर भी मैक्सिमम 20 to 50 people होते हैं.
Correct.
100 people is a lot. Okay, I don't consider it as a small scale startup anymore. And actually जब ये पूरा बूम हुआ ना न्यूरलिंक का, उस टाइम पे इलॉन मस्क ने काफी सारी चीजें करी है, जैसे कि उस टाइम पे द बोरिंग कंपनी वाज स्टार्टेड, जिसकी वजह से वो टनलिंग वाला प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट हुआ था. दैट टनलिंग प्रोजेक्ट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. एंड उसका रीजन ये है कि we have been hearing about it since we were in class 8th.
Correct.
Remember, there was in our school there was always a competition where you have to present some
Science
project or some scientific PPT.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so one of our seniors presented a PPT on those hyperloop drives.
Hyperloop. Yes, I was trying to remember the name.
हाँ, नहीं अपन सर्च कर सकते हैं.
So
याद आ गया ना. हाँ, तो hyperloop उसने उस टाइम बताया था, and it was all about how you can use magnets around it and all those things. But nobody implemented it. No, not even a single person thought about implementing it, because no reason. Well, cheese magnets heat up when you are actually implementing the whole thing.
Correct.
And second thing, magnet attracts a lot of metal, and there is a lot of metal on the surface. So इसके पीछे इसके ऊपर फिर इलॉन मस्क एंड जो रोगन का एक डिस्कशन है ऑन द रीसेंट एपिसोड. They created a tunnel from in LA, जहाँ पे इलॉन पहले रहता था. And लॉस एंजलिस में, although I have never visited the place, but उसकी एक बहुत बड़ी इशू है जहाँ पे that there is too much traffic there. It's like Bangalore for US. Okay, so traveling from one point to another is very discomforting. So the best way to resolve the issue is to create tunnels underground where your car will be submerged. It will go down and it will be covered with a capsule, and you will go from one point to another within few minutes.
Correct. Yeah, I saw that. What do you say?
In YouTube short.
हाँ, YouTube short.
Yeah, YouTube short बहुत बढ़िया चीज है.
वही. So यही है. और आई थिंक शायद हाइपरलूप पे काम चालू किया था क्या इलॉन मस्क ने?
Hyperloop actually Elon का project था. He is I think he's invested in a way, but he is not exactly a CEO or anything of Hyperloop.
अच्छा.
But yeah, there are a lot of people working on Hyperloop as well in the boring company, and yeah, it's a very new concept even now. The concept, the basic foundation is very old, but the implementation is very new.
Yeah, this guy does many things. So Neuralink के साथ में भी इसने मतलब इतना इनोवेटिव आइडिया है ये Neuralink वाला, that और मतलब मेरे को एक चीज ये बहुत अच्छी लगी जो कि इनकी जो वेबसाइट है, ठीक है, वेबसाइट पे इनने बहुत अच्छी, मतलब उसको बहुत अच्छे से दिखाया है, काफी अच्छी वेबसाइट बनाई है उसकी। बिकॉज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वेन एवर यू ओपन दैट पेज ना, सबसे पहले एक तो मेरे को इनका लोगो बहुत अच्छा लगा, वेरी यूनिक लोगो। ओके, देन फ्रंट पेज पे इनका एक वो रहता है, क्या बोलते हैं, डेमो दिखाते हैं दैट व्हाट दे आर ट्राइंग टू अचीव विद दिस प्रोजेक्ट। देन गिवन गिवन देयर वेबसाइट, इनने पूरा जो चिप है, क्योंकि लोगों को मिसकंसेप्शन कहाँ पे होगा कि भाई चिप इम्प्लांट कर रहे हैं ब्रेन के अंदर, तो वो काम कैसे करेगी, क्या वो नुकसान कर सकती है, क्या कुछ दिक्कतें आ सकती हैं बाद में ब्रेन में, जैसे मल्टीपल इम्प्लांट्स आर देयर। तो उसको उनने हर एक चीज को डिस्क्राइब किया है। एक बार जैसे ऊपर जाना, हाँ, सो गिवन दिस, सो ये जो है उनने इम्प्लांट को पूरा डिस्क्राइब किया है हर एक उसके सेक्शन को, जिसमें सबसे पहले है कि उसका इम्प्लांट, कि भाई हाँ नुकसान नहीं करेगा, लोहा नहीं डाल रहे हम सीधा तुम्हारे दिमाग में। एक बायो कंपैटिबल एनक्लोजर, हाँ, सो देयर इज अ बायो कंपैटिबल एनक्लोजर, जिसकी वजह से वो अपने ह्यूमन टिश्यूज के साथ में कंपैटिबल रहेगा और इट विल हेल्प अस। ओके, गिवन नेक्स्ट, देयर इज अ बैटरी। ओके,
obviously there is a battery is required. अभी तुम एकदम से दिमाग के yeah, I know there are circuits inside our brain where tiny
electric signals
electric signals are taking place, electronic emissions are taking place, but you
with
cannot utilize them.
करेक्ट, अभी उतनी ना तो टेक्नोलॉजी बनी है और ना ही वो इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग
Do you think they are
इलेक्ट्रॉनिकल सिग्नल्स होते हैं।
do you think they're utilizing it to recharge the battery or something?
No, wait, I'll tell you this. I have a pretty funny thing about this which I wanted to tell you, that अगर इसको पढ़ते हैं, okay, the N1 implant is powered by a small battery charged wirelessly from the outside via a compact inductive charger that enables easy use from anywhere. Now just imagine people charging themselves with a wireless charger on their head like this. They'll plug it. मतलब मोबाइल्स काफी नहीं थे क्या चार्ज करने के लिए, जो खुद के सर को भी चार्ज करना पड़ रहा है तुम्हें।
I think that I think this is the first step towards singularity. Yeah, this is the first step towards singularity, that people. I got to know about. Okay, so let me break it down. I got to know about singularity through the TV show Big Bang Theory. Okay, Sheldon was discussing in one of the episodes that where he will achieve singularity and he'll be able to transfer his consciousness into a machine, a robot, where he'll become a robot. And Leonard made a joke that haven't you achieved that already? But yeah, this can be a way you can do that in the future. Because if you can understand the brainwave pattern so significantly that you can transfer thoughts, like that is like the next thing, next phase, one of the
phases
in like coming milestone, right? If they believe that that is achievable, then what makes you think that singularity is not in the picture right now?
Yeah, right. It can be there, but not everyone wants it.
Yeah, not everyone wants it, but for the people who do, right?
For the people who do, it's a step ahead.
Yeah, like there is a theory that they have Walt Disney's head in under the Disneyland, right? Yeah. So what if they are just waiting for that? What if one day Walt Disney comes up and he's like, "Oh, you are Jew. I don't like you."
Coming back to the chips and electronics.
Yeah, that's the best part about talking about this technology, that they are so interlinked with so many things that you can get to know. Like once you start researching it, it's a rabbit hole. Correct. You'll get to know about so many things, and most of them will be useless.
They can be linked very easily.
Yeah, they can.
That's the thing. So even Walt Disney can use that.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Maybe we can clone him someday.
Someday, I don't.
He'll create Mickey Mouse again.
Yeah, he'll bring the old Disney back, I hope.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
hope.
So in the Neuralink, then in this N1 chip,
Hmm.
okay, there's chips and electronics, obviously.
Yeah.
Then this is a good part, which is threads.
Hmm.
These threads are the let me read it, that it records neural activity through 1024 electrodes distributing across 64 threads. So this chipset is connected with 64 of these threads so that they can capture the neural signals
Hmm.
and they can interpret it.
Hmm.
Wait a minute, yes, okay, so this is a,
Oh, नई चीज आई, नई चीज आई,
हाँ
नई चीज
नई
आई.
चीज आई,
Okay.
याद आई मुझे
Yeah.
नई चीज. ओके, ये चिप इंटरप्रेट नहीं कर रही है.
Okay.
This chip is only capturing those
Transmitting
signals.
transmitting the data
Correct,
from the brain to a machine.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट.
Okay.
एंड इनका एक अलग से इनकी एक मशीन है जो कि उसको इंटरप्रेट करेगी.
Okay.
It's just an implant which will transmit
So
your neural signals.
so if we go up
Hmm.
and this thing. So is this the charger or is this the machine that's going to transmit the neural signals?
I don't know.
Brain computer interface have potential changes life on the battery. We want to bring this technology
They
from the
haven't
lab into the.
specified it,
Okay.
but I have read it that in this page only somewhere that there will be a device
Hmm.
outside your brain which will interpret those signals.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the surgical robot.
Yeah.
So this
Hmm.
surgical robot which we were talking about.
Yeah. So here's the funny thing. When I was in one of the CS coachings,
Hmm.
I was studying. A few of the people there have already, searched about Neuralink and how everything is going to take place. No, the AI freaks.
Hmm.
So they were discussing these things, and I never took interest. 2 years later, I got to know about Joe Rogan podcast. I'm listening to it, and they start talking about Neuralink. I'm thinking, where have I heard this term? Where have I heard this term? Where have I heard this term? And then I'm like, oh shit! It
They
took
were
me
talking
two
about.
years. It took me 2 years to
Yeah,
understand the whole conversation.
that's the thing. We improve our brain level, our knowledge level, then we can understand us
Yeah, and
understanding a
then
simple thing.
that's understandable. But how boring it sounded back then. That's the point. How boring it sounded back then. That I didn't even took interest in like what these people are talking about. I'm like these are just they are talking about something boring. Now it looks so interesting to me. Like, what if I can just control my phone just sitting here? I can control like Gana bajane chahiye. I don't want to say it out loud to Alexa. And I'm like, okay, hey Alexa, I'm talking to Alexa with my brain, like, hey Alexa, can you play the song?
Yes, that
Right?
can happen.
Right?
But usse, okay, one more conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I don't think it's a conspiracy
नहीं नहीं
theory anymore.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ, आई एम गोइंग टू से दैट
Okay.
कि डोंट यू थिंक अगर अपन बात करना छोड़ देंगे तो मे बी वाइल इवॉल्विंग ह्यूमंस विल फॉरगेट हाउ टू स्पीक.
I don't think so. Like,
देयर इज अ
mm,
इवोल्यूशन जहाँ पे पहले अपन बंदर थे
yeah, yeah,
वाइल इवॉल्विंग,
yeah,
ठीक है, देन उसके बाद पूंछ हटी,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
पूंछ का काम नहीं रहा,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
राइट.
yeah.
अब क्या तुम पूंछ यूज कर सकते हो
That's not the point, right? See,
विद, आई एम नॉट,
the point of evolution is to remove the part which is not exactly required for the time.
दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग,
You know, so I
with the time, not in certain years, in
yeah, with
coming
time,
years, but
with time, of course. Like
millions of years.
today, you don't know how to use a telegram.
Correct.
Do you know how to send a telegram?
No,
No, you don't.
but
Right?
telegram is
It's
not
not even that
evolution.
old. That's the point. It's not even that old. It's just
हाँ
basic पे जाओ ना.
हाँ ठीक
Like,
है.
why do you have to consider just the body, the physical form?
Hmm.
Everything that you do, is a part of evolution. We are not riding horses anymore. We are riding our cars and bikes. It's a part of evolution. We are not writing letters anymore. We are sending WhatsApp messages. It's a part of evolution. So yes, that can take place in the future. that might not happen as well. But if
Hmm.
that does take place, that means the point of having a conversation with your voice is not exactly required, right?
Exactly, that's the thing. It won't be required then.
Yeah.
So won't this be a bad thing?
How would it be a bad thing?
मतलब इतना ज्यादा इवोल्यूशन हो गया कि अब किसी को बोलना ही याद नहीं है,
Yeah. So
सब कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं वाया टेलीपैथी.
yeah. So
इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ टेलीपैथी.
yeah, it's
या
telekinesis.
या टेलीकिनेसिस टेलीपैथी. सो नॉट सो वाली चीज नहीं है, बट इट्स जस्ट अ
No,
थॉट.
no, and this I actually did. No, it's not like I'm accusing. I want to know how what makes you think that it will be a bad thing in the future.
ओके, हैव यू सीन वॉली?
Yeah, I've seen one.
यू हैव
Of
सीन
course, yeah,
वॉली?
of course I've seen
है ना,
Bali.
ऑफ कोर्स यू
What
हैव
makes you
सीन.
think I've not
यस
really?
यस यस, एग्जैक्टली,
Yeah,
वी
okay,
बोथ लव डिज्नी.
yeah,
हाँ. सो अब वॉली अगर याद होगा तो वॉली में वो लोग चलना भूल जाते हैं,
yeah, yeah.
बिकॉज सबके पास मशीन इतनी ज्यादा आ जाती हैं, सब लेविटेट कर रहे होते हैं और वो चलना भूल जाते हैं. दैट वाज अ बैड थिंग.
That was a bad thing.
दैट्स द सेम
No, I
सिनेरियो.
give me an example for the voice. No,
अरे
that's the point. That's what bring
एनीथिंग.
see bringing yourself to a point where you have to think of an example that does not exist is what brings the creativity into the picture, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. Push yourself, think about it, take a minute, think of an example, tell me.
ओके, मेरे को कोई एग्जांपल याद नहीं आ रहा है, तू जा रहा हो
Yeah,
तो.
we won't have music, there will
करेक्ट.
not be any singing,
करेक्ट.
and if we lose singing, right, we'll lose a very significant aspect of the uh, a part of our culture, a
ओके,
part
टेल
of
मी,
being human,
टेल मी
because you
दिस.
can
यस.
sing and not many animals can sing.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट. So tell me this. Okay, let's deep dive into this.
Yeah.
Okay, if
Okay.
you want.
Okay.
So, what do you think? How will the conversation, normal conversation, will be?
Normal conversation
मतलब
will be.
अगर मान लो तूने भी चिप सेट करवा ली है, मैंने भी चिप सेट करवा लिया अपने दिमाग में,
Hmm.
ठीक है?
I think
तो
I think
what?
chips,
How?
if these things are, if this is this level of um evolution is taking place, that means uh, every kid that is born has a chip implanted in them just after they have
What?
taken birth,
हम्म.
right?
हाँ, करेक्ट. है ना, एड अपन उस लेवल पे बात कर रहे हैं कि भाई बहुत बूम में हो चुका है एलॉन मस्क, करोड़पति आदमी.
मर
और
चुका है वो,
हाँ
जा चुका है.
जा चुका है वो, और
हाँ.
इतना इवॉल्व करके जा चुका है कि भाई साहब यही चल रहा है.
हाँ, ठीक
ठीक
है.
है, कम्युनिकेशन बोलना ही बंद हो गया है.
हम्म.
तो हाउ विल द इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ अ मैसेज विल बी?
हम्म.
मैं अगर कुछ बोलना चाहूंगा तो तेरे को सुनाई देगा वो, या तेरे को लिखा हुआ दिखेगा आसमान में? व्हाट विल इट बी?
Yeah, so it will be like, have you seen the movies where uh, these aliens were able to communicate without moving the lips, without making a sound, but and only that person can listen to them who to whom they are trying to communicate to.
करेक्ट.
It will be like that.
ओके, सो will you be okay listening to Google Assistant or Alexa's voice in your head?
If 500 years later, like, not let's not even take 500 years, let's say
There.
50 years later, if
Hmm.
that is the normal thing,
Hmm.
if that is the new normal, then
That,
how would I even know?
no, 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 no. You will hear everyone's voice as their voice.
Yeah, I have never heard any other voice in my life.
हाँ.
That is the only voice I've heard in my life.
So won't that be bad?
I'm not saying that's not bad. I'm just saying
नहीं नहीं.
that's
Okay.
something. That's something I'll be, be very. No, that will be very normal to me.
That will be normal to you, but that will be bad, and that's my point, which I want to prove that
That it is a
this thing
bad
will be
thing
bad.
because you cannot create a difference in the voices, which brings us to the point that if we don't have music,
हाँ.
है ना, why do we like music? Why do we like singing? Because it is something which is very soothing to us.
म्यूजिक तो फिर भी हो सकता है, अगर एलेक्सा की वॉइस नॉर्मल है तो एलेक्सा गा भी तो सकती है.
बट इसमें मजे नहीं आते
अरे
एलेक्सा की आवाज में.
तो तब दैट विल बी द न्यू नॉर्मल.
Yeah, exactly. That will be the new
दैट विल बी द
normal.
न्यू नॉर्मल.
Damn.
हाँ,
Damn.
म्यूजिक विल बी देयर.
Yeah.
सो नाउ व्हाट्स योर
Yeah.
पॉइंट?
Just for the context, we are not high. That's how we usually talk. Okay, so I believe that yeah, it has its pros and cons.
हाँ.
But if that does take place, that means we have lost the reason to keep that thing.
Okay, and one more drawback of this Neuralink, as I was saying, कि इसको एक external device की जरूरत है, ठीक है, जो
For
कि
now. For now.
Okay, yeah, for now. Okay, let's say about this for now. What will you do if, like, let's say भाई तुमने डिवाइस खरीद लिया, इम्प्लांट लगवा लिया और वो तुमने डिवाइस घर पे रखा हुआ है, बिकॉज इट वुड नीड चार्जिंग. ओके, सो आइदर इट्स बैटरी और व्हाट. अगर तुम वो नहीं है तुम्हारे पास, तो फिर तो तुम कुछ कर ही नहीं पाओगे. यू विल बी वेरी मच डिपेंडेंट ऑन दैट.
You will be helpless. You will be handicapped.
Correct, you will be handicapped.
So see, whenever we are going somewhere, we charge our phone before we go out.
Yeah,
It will be like that.
it will be like that. Correct.
Right. The मेरे को अभी मेन कंसर्न ये रहता है. Yes, there is Neuralink is a company out there. They are doing tremendous, great amount of work, right? But how are they going to create any kind of profit? What are they going to do? There is no business model available online. I've searched everywhere. Okay, there's no one business model available online for Neuralink. People have made predictions, but there is nothing about it.
करेक्ट. देयर मतलब वो लोग जो शो करते हैं वो तो यही शो करते हैं कि भाई हम मेडिकल पर्पसेस से कर रहे हैं.
Yeah, it's a non-profit organization.
नहीं, it is not a non-profit organization. It
It's
is
not,
not.
right?
It is not.
It's not. Thank
It is
God.
not.
Thank
है
God.
ना. So their main goal and their main business model, according to what we have researched, is medical devices sales. मेडिकल फील्ड में इन लोग उतर सकते हैं.
हाँ, मतलब yeah, the robots, of course, they can sell the robots.
करेक्ट. डेटा एनालिसिस एंड सर्विसेज. डेटा एनालिसिस, ऑब्वियसली दिमाग का डेटा ले रहे हो यार, तुम फोन से ले रहे हो तो दिमाग से तो फिर तुम भाई भयंकर ही केस होंगे.
अब तो सोच, you want to talk to me and then there is one ad, Spotify ad.
अरे यार.
And you have to listen to that Spotify ad. You cannot skip that Spotify ad, and only then you can talk to me.
Even मतलब अगर Spotify ad मेरे को इरिटेट करे, मैं फोन बंद कर सकता हूँ. उसको बंद भी नहीं कर पाऊंगा.
Ow. Damn. Okay, yeah. Now I'm able to understand what these the people of America are trying to say, because they are concerned of listening to Spotify. So, anyways, coming back to Neuralink again. So, बहुत deviate हो रहे हैं अपन. So, let's talk about the potential use cases.
अपन ने कॉन्स के बारे में तो बहुत बात कर ली है.
हाँ,
because प्रोज भी बात कर लेते हैं.
Of course, there are too many cons.
Yeah,
there are pros as well, right? There's a reason why they started the company. There's a reason why they are doing this much, this much work, putting this much effort into this. So, see, the one thing that that excites me is the sensory restoration. So, people who are unable to see properly, or they have hearing aid, they have to put a machine in their ear. So that is usually because their the nerve has died, or it is not able to transmit the data anymore.
Correct.
Right. That can be, that problem can be resolved through Neuralink. Right. Those things can be resolved through Neuralink.
लोगों की सुनने की क्षमता कम हो जाती है, तो वो क्यों होती है? नर्व्स धीरे धीरे ओल्ड एज के साथ में वो काम करना कम कर देती है. ओल्ड एज के साथ में होती है. कई लोग होते हैं who are born like this. Correct. And it's not like they don't have that nerve. It's just not working. Not like working properly. Like with regular, regular systems. Amount of signals. Yeah, regular amount of signals. So in that case, if you have a Neuralink implanted in your head, so it will be able to, create those wave patterns. So it can make that nerve work again. So you don't have to put a hearing aid every time. Correct. Like there are in this world, there are multiple sensory medical issues जो कि आज भी properly curable नहीं है. Yeah, because
most of them involves the brain, and you cannot do much to the brain.
Correct. You cannot mess with the brain. It's still a very unknown part of the
Hmm.
body. The
Yeah,
most unknown part of the body is the brain.
yeah, yeah. I believe that. I believe you.
अपन ने
And
इस बारे में बात भी कर रखी है पहले किसी एक पॉडकास्ट में.
yeah, yeah. In Jenny, Dr. Jenny's podcast,
Yeah.
Dr. Jenny's
Yes. Yes.
episode,
Yes.
we were talking about something related to psychology
Uh,
and it's psychology and psychiatry, and we talked about brain wave patterns and how the brain wave patterns affect our day-to-day lives, and that's where we discussed this. And she actually agreed with it. She being a doctor, and has studied about neurology with very significant depth. She also agrees with us that there's a lot that is need to be discovered about brain, that and there's a lot that is need to you know uh, be tested out, because
correct.
there are too many theories, but testing something on brain is still a very big task. That brings me to this one particular article that I read about Neuralink. There's PETA Foundation, right?
Hmm.
Which protects these animals and all those
हाँ.
things जो कि things that are alive but they cannot speak for themselves,
Correct.
right? So they criticize Neuralink testing these chips on
Because
chimpanzees, on pigs, on all those animals before testing it on human.
correct. They criticize them for euthanism.
They criticize them, and yes, there are a lot of animals that died during the process, which is very common in the scientific world, that they are killing thousands of rats every day, right? Which
Hmm.
is, I believe that yes, it is a bad thing that is taking place, but we have to also understand that these tests are taking place after they are approved by the US government,
Correct.
right? You cannot do it
On your
forcefully
own. Yeah.
on your own forcefully.
They have to be first properly accepted by the government, and then
Hmm.
only you can test on either on any living being.
Hmm. एक्चुअली वायर्ड ने इसके ऊपर एक पूरी एपिसोड बनाया था.
Hmm.
काफी सारे लोगों ने एक साथ न्यूरोलिंक को क्रिटिसाइज किया था, एंड आफ्टर दैट गवर्नमेंट SEC
Hmm.
uh,
What is
came
SEC?
not SEC, FT the FTA or SEC, I don't remember, one of the organization in US came in picture, and they did a thorough investigation on Neuralink.
Hmm.
Later on the charges were dropped, I believe. uh, but yes, there was a whole investigation that took place where they tested out that and checked out that are they actually euthanizing the animals.
Okay.
Yeah,
So वही मतलब obviously research में there are these things are also required. It's a very person to person depending on it depends on person to person. It depends on their moral compass,
yeah,
how they
yeah,
think.
yeah. If
If
you just think of it like a science, then everything
cor-
is okay.
correct, even if you know, like obviously you will know in science when a scientist, I don't remember the name, he found the cyanide chemical,
Hmm,
he tested it on himself
yeah,
because he knew that it was lethal.
hmm,
So he tested it on himself and he gave up his life for science.
hmm,
So that's a very moral compass thing. It depends on person to person what a person thinks.
yeah, but you cannot stop science. Like PETA Foundation stopped LD50 LD50 test.
Okay, I
So
don't
what
know about this.
LD50 test is, every uh, every thing on a periodic table
Hmm.
has a LD50 ratio. That is the lethal dose. Okay,
Oh.
so the lethal dose that you have to give to a person, after which a group of people,
Hmm.
after which 50% of them will die. That is the LD50 test. And they were testing it on rats.
Okay.
Water has a LD50 ratio.
अच्छा,
Yeah. Salt has a LD50 ratio. Sugar has a LD50 ratio.
okay.
Yeah. So in one of okay, good story, good story.
हाँ,
So in one of the episodes, Joe Rogan episodes, Neil deGrasse Tyson was there,
हम्म,
and he said that there is one um, ice cream in which they are using a particular herb. Right? There was a small percentage of a herb was found in that ice cream, and people did a case on them, and they won the case because it was significantly below the LD50 ratio.
okay.
You have to consume 12,000 gallons of ice cream to kill yourself, and with just 12 gallons you'll die because of sugar.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, PETA Foundation stopped them as well. you
Okay, good to know statistics.
know
कि इतने चीनी से मर सकते हो. ठीक है, नहीं खाएंगे. हाँ, so yeah, coming back to the use cases,
Yeah.
है
So
ना?
we have already discussed communication and entertainment.
Correct. And communication, entertainment is also a very big part. So अपन ने मतलब entertainment का बहुत छोटा segment cover किया था और मतलब given the person I am, I like to play games and I like to uh, see movies also. Okay, movies का काम है. ठीक है. So the kind of
I don't think
person,
you like watching movies.
हैं?
I don't think you like
हाँ,
watching movies.
exactly. I don't like that too much. So I like playing games now. So these 2 points are there in the Neuralink. That is the potential use cases of it, which is augmentation and entertainment. So if we think about it, have you seen the movie Free Guy?
Hmm. Yeah. Of course, I have seen the movie Free Guy.
है ना? So basically the plot of the movie is, for person who don't know, that वो एक NPC होता है, non player character, and वो बंदा, उसको अपने लाइफ में दिखता है कि यार बहुत सेम सेम चल रहा है और कुछ तो गड़बड़ है और वो NPC से.
Basically, it's the awakening of AI in
Correct, correct.
gaming format.
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट. तो उसमें एक्टर का नाम क्या नाम है?
Ryan Reynolds.
रायन रेनॉल्ड्स.
Yeah,
तो
to Ryan Reynolds.
या
We
ग्रेट गाय.
we are so sorry we forgot your name. To the great Ryan Reynolds.
ग्रीन लैंटर्न. He is also embarrassed about that.
He killed himself in Red Bull 2
I
before
know.
he was reading Green Lantern.
हाँ, so yeah, given that, मतलब वो चश्मा लगाता है and there's a whole different world of gaming, जहाँ पे रियल वर्ल्ड में उसके साथ में मतलब पूरे गेम्स वगैरह चल रहा है. He can see multiple stuff. He can see medical package lying around.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a thing which we can see. And also, oh my god, इससे यही बहुत सारे गेमिंग के हो सकते हैं. जैसे if you have seen Sword Art Online, it's an anime.
Yeah, okay.
So Sword Art Online में वो उसका ही अराउंड न्यूरल लिंक समथिंग कुछ नाम होता है उसका, न्यूरल लिंक. So what they do is they wear a headset and they just transfer their consciousness into the game.
Yeah.
So with this chip, they can do that.
So it's basically what you are saying is they are creating Matrix.
Maybe yes.
They are creating Matrix.
तुमने मैट्रिक्स देखी है, हम एनिमे वाले हैं. ठीक है. तो मतलब we can transfer our whole consciousness to a game where we can just lie down in our bed or sofa anywhere and we can play the game. We can be in some other world while we are at our bed. इसका एक ड्रॉबैक भी है जो कि उस एनिमे में दिखाया गया था.
What if you get stuck?
ना,
So
हाँ, that's the thing. What if you
and
get stuck?
what if you forget the reality, like Inception?
Wait. I'll tell you that story first. Then
Okay.
when
Yeah. Continue. Please continue.
So what in that story is SAO, Sword Art Online. There is a very cruel programmer which creates a game, a very good game, very great virtual reality game. And what he does is that उसको रियल लाइफ में मजा नहीं आ रहा होता. वो बोल देता है जो लॉगिन है अभी, और जब उसका फर्स्ट ट्रायल पीरियड, फर्स्ट डे था लॉन्च का, लॉन्च में बहुत सारे जने आ गए, लॉगिन कर गए, अराउंड 5,000 पीपल. उन्होंने बोल दिया जो भी अब लॉग इन है वो लॉग आउट नहीं कर सकते. If you die in this game, you'll die in real life. That chip which is there in your headset, it
Yeah.
will fry your brain. So they have to live the whole life there in the game, and they have to clear all the stages, 100 stages, to get out of the game. So
Ah,
that is the plot of this anime.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
there can be a potential this scenario also
Yeah.
with the Neuralink.
Mm. Yeah, that is something that's possible. Like you can lose the contact with reality, where you are not able to understand if okay, okay. Um, so there are these drugs
Mm,
like LSD,
mm,
where or smoking. I'm not remembering the name of the drug, uh, but uh, after that you go into a trip where you go in and you live an entire life
mm.
within 20 seconds. You live an entire life, you, and then you are back, and then people sometimes forget that who they were.
Correct. That
You
happens.
know, that's the most scariest thing about those trips. And I got to know about it again from Joe Rogan podcast.
Uh,
It is, see, if you go and listen to any of the podcasters, you will totally get to know about those things जिसके बारे में आपको शायद कभी इंटरेस्ट था ही नहीं, जिनके बारे में आपको पता ही था, आप सोच भी नहीं सकते कि आप सर्च भी करोगे क्या अपनी
सही
उन
बात
चीजों.
है.
So that's where I got to know about that thing. And if that can, that is a natural thing that is available on our planet. You know, if that thing can affect the brain so significantly that the person almost forgot who he was in real life, then what is this technology going to do? We have all watched Inception, right?
Correct.
We have all watched Inception, almost
Obviously.
everyone,
Obviously.
right?
Not
What
many
if,
people understand, but yes.
yeah, what if you lose the idea, like if this is real or I'm
Mm.
still
In my dream.
in my dream?
Yes, that's
That
true.
is the scary part of these things. That's why I don't like the whole idea of virtual reality, because virtual reality is so real. If you go into a virtual reality concert of a Coldplay,
Mm.
it is so damn real
Yes.
that when you take it off, you are as
Hype.
hyped like you were there,
Correct.
even though
Correct.
you were not.
Correct.
You have not experienced anything that was there. It was just your brain was thinking that you were there,
Correct.
and that can drive people crazy, like
On a longer period
literally
of time, yes.
literally crazy, not saying metaphorically at all.
तो यही सारे रीजंस हैं जो कि यूएस के लोगों को थोड़ा सा क्रेजी कर रहे हैं.
यूएस और एक्चुअली हर कंट्री के लोगों को थोड़ा सा थ्रेटनिंग फील हो रहा है, बिकॉज एवरीबडी हैज सीन स्टार वॉर्स. In Star Wars, there was this brain chip in inside the head of every single
Hmm.
soldier,
Yes.
which used to tell them that a good soldier follows order. जिन soldiers के वो brain chip काम करनी बंद हो गई, either they were killed, you know, or they became the rebels.
Rebels, right.
Right? So what if something like that happens? These are the conspiracy theories, of course, so far, but those are things that people are actually scared of.
That is scary.
Yeah, that is scary.
That is
That is
something to be
scary.
scared of.
That is scary.
So there are dangers and ethical concerns there regarding the neural link, which will be whenever, I don't know when it will be
Hmm.
available. There are safety risks, privacy risks.
Privacy risk. Oh my god, it's so much. People are able, these companies, Google and all, everybody is able to access the data in our phone, which is
Hmm.
basically, which basically contains our entire life, right? So if they are able to control the advertisement and everything just by our phone, what will they do if they are able to control our thoughts? If they are
Correct.
not control, but they are able to read our
Read
thoughts.
our thoughts.
Before I even think about it, I'll get an order from Swiggy, like eat this samosa. Like your brain was thinking about it. It's not my fault. You ordered it.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes what's scary also about this is sometimes we think about things that we don't want to do.
Intrusive thoughts.
Intrusive thoughts. Correct. Everyone have them. We
Yeah.
don't say it out loud, you
Huh.
know.
Like when
We-
when you're on the ledge, of a high tower,
huh,
and you're looking down. You don't want to jump down, but there's
exactly.
a thought.
But
There's always a thought.
exactly, there's always a thought, and there's a fear. If not even a thought, there's a fear. What if I fall down?
What if I
Okay,
fall down?
what
Right.
if I fall down,
Hmm.
and what if this chip interprets it as fall down?
Yeah. Yeah.
It removes the what if, and you just,
You're just gone.
yeah,
Done.
you
Done for
just
the.
jump without anything knowing you.
You're
You
down
do
there.
it. Yeah,
You're
you're
down
down
there.
there. Uh,
Yeah. So.
you're down that you're not anymore. You're like Schrodinger's cat.
uh,
You're there, you're not there. Ouch. Oh my god,
you
so
won't
dark.
know. You won't know unless you implement Neuralink chip and
So
you are
dark.
on the ledge.
Ah,
Ah, okay. Okay. Understandable. Yeah, but these things are obviously, see, every single technology that has came so far is had its drawbacks, had its cons. But if you look at the pro,
mm,
and sooner or later when it is actually in the picture, and it is able to prove that yes, it is going to work the way it was advertised or way it was
intended
promoted,
to.
people start to accept those things.
Correct.
We have accepted towers, the mobile towers. There was a huge rebel, that people were saying that
Radiations are
रेडिएंस
causing them
आएंगे,
harm.
पक्षी परेशान होंगे,
Mm,
जानवर परेशान होंगे, ये सारी चीजें थी. Still,
still, it is there,
it is there.
but
People don't mind it that much
ah,
जितना उस
correct.
टाइम पे उनको इशू आ रहा था, because they know it is helpful at the
Mm,
end of the day. So yeah, if I think that is a good way to end, right?
correct.
So unless you have
No, no, I don't have something.
something else,
Yeah,
so I think it is a good way to end that if Neuralink is able to perform the way it is intended to, it is going to make a significant difference.
correct. If they prove themselves that yes, they are doing what they should, and there can be a significant improvement which will
Hmm.
be there in the future.
Yeah,
So it will be like a boom. It will be really expensive.
yeah. Of course, it will be expensive.
Yes, it will. I think it will create another barrier between the rich section and the poor section.
Maybe.
Maybe,
Sure.
yeah. But let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
Let's see. Let's see. I hope it will help out the humankind in the future, and
Correct.
these conspiracy theories won't come true. So
Let's end on that note.
yeah, thank you everyone for watching the podcast. We are bringing more such podcasts to you. We are trying to create more things which you might be interested in, which the things that are happening around the world. Not We are not just discussing the business aspect anymore, because we believe there's a lot more than just business. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching it, and until next time,
One,
keep
two,
learning and stay
three.
curious.